All right, welcome back, everyone. We're diving into a historic segment today, focusing on the Faroe Islands, those striking islands in the North Atlantic. We're looking at the Gunboat War specifically.
Part of the Napoleonic Wars, of course.
Exactly, yeah. Those massive European conflicts. But for anyone who wants to delve deeper, check out Pal's Fundamentals on YouTube. They've got tons more on this kind of history.
Great channel, lots of good stuff there.
Definitely. Now, the Faroes, they're Danish, right? So Denmark-Norway was stuck in the middle of these wars. And the British Navy, well, they ruled the waves back then.
Oh yeah, absolutely dominated.
So the question is, did the British do to the Faroe Islands what they did to Iceland? Just took them over.
Uh-huh. That's where it gets interesting. They actually never occupied the Faroe Islands.
Oh, wow, really? I would have thought with all that naval power, the Faroes being so close to Britain, why wouldn't they?
Good question. Think about it this way. Iceland, up there in the North Atlantic, was a prime spot. If any of Britain's enemies got a foothold there, it'd be a real problem. Plus, Iceland had resources, like that Icelandic wool, super valuable.
Makes sense. So Iceland was strategically crucial, but the Faroes, not so much.
Precisely. They weren't as critical in the grand scheme of the war. Like, imagine it's a game of Risk, right? You got to control certain territories, but others...
Yeah, some are just not worth the effort.
Exactly. But here's the thing. Even though they weren't occupied, the Faroese people, they suffered. The British blockade, meant to hurt their enemies' trade, it hit the Faroe Islands hard.
Ah, so it's like collateral damage almost.
You could say that. They called this time Ransarini, meaning the Plundering Time.
Yeah.
Food shortages, economic chaos, the whole works.
Wow, so even without troops on the ground, the war's impact was massive. So they just sort of sat there and took it.
Well, not quite. Some Faroes became privateers.
What, like pirates with a government stamp of approval?
Exactly. They had permission from the Danish government to capture supplies from passing ships. They were pretty darn good at it, too. Small, fast boats, perfect for outmaneuvering those big lumbering merchant ships.
That's incredible. So they're facing hardship, but they're also using their seafaring skills, maybe even showing a bit of autonomy within the Danish realm.
You got it. And despite all the hardship, the Faroe Islands stayed under Danish control throughout the entire war. Never British territory.
Wow. So there you have it. The Faroe Islands during the Gunboat War, never invaded, but deeply affected. Really makes you wonder, how did this period shape their identity, the relationship with Denmark? Something to think about, isn't it? Anyway, big thanks to everyone for joining us today.
And don't forget to check out Pal's Fundamentals on YouTube for more.
Absolutely. Lots more to explore over there. Thanks again, everyone.